Hi, on today's ride we're going to go from Newark to Palmyra. This trail is comprised mostly of cinder, dirt, sometimes you'll run into a little grass, and sometimes you'll run into pavement. It's a nice trail if you want to be close to nature, if you want to get great views of the Erie Canal, and of course my favorite, there's always food and drink on either end. So let's get going. Our ride starts about 32 miles east of Rochester in Newark at the T. Spencer Night Park. You'll need to dismount your bike and walk under Route 88 so you avoid a collision with other riders. Actually, we haven't ever run into any, but it's very narrow. On the other side of the bridge, the trail begins with a narrow dirt trail. On our ride, we quickly ran into a trail closed sign. Not knowing what to make of it, we decided to go down West Shore Boulevard toward Erie Canal Park. We were really excited when we found this guy running a paver on the trail that was closed. So at the park, you'll see there's plenty of parking. And when we took a look backwards, we saw this was where the beginning of the closed portion was from the park back to Newark. So once we finally got going, the first little stretch outside of the park is paved, but it quickly turns to cinder. The cinder is a wide trail, and you'll come across a few little bridges, all the time looking out at the canal. There isn't a lot of traffic on this trail, so it is a nice trail to ride, particularly in the mornings. Once in a while, you run across fishermen. You'll see the trail starts to narrow several miles in. It's still a good ride, it's just narrow if you run into anybody. And then in the middle of nowhere, you run into an occasional patch of pavement. We never could figure out why there was pavement in some places and not in others. And then there's this lonely bench about halfway through the ride that just is out there. It looks like a nice place to sit. We've just never sat there. And as you get closer to Palmyra, you'll see the Swift Landing Park on your right. And it's just a little park with pretty flat grass. Don't make the mistake we did once, though, where we decided not to get back on the trail and we'd jump on the highway, which was Hogback Hill Road. Before our e-bikes, it was straight up. It was pretty bad. So back on the trail, we're going to cross this bridge, and there's a nice view of a little aqueduct with some falls. And you jump back on your bikes and go a little bit further, and there's a little seating area with a map of where you are. And a few hundred yards around the corner is just another view after you cross Red Creek of the backside of the little waterfall that we just looked at. Once you start getting close to Palmyra, you're going to start to notice houses on your right. A quick ride underneath the Route 21 bridge, and we're going to come to the end of this section of our ride with a stop up ahead. There is a bridge you can cross if you want to and go over into Palmyra. And that's what that bridge looked like back in 1918. So you get across the bridge that hasn't really been used for car traffic for as long as we can remember, and get onto Main Street in Palmyra. And then I get to have breakfast. Or we could have ice cream. We decided we were going to just cross the Route 21 bridge to get back onto the Erie Canal from the restaurant. And there you can see we're almost back on the bike trail. And there's my husband. Hi, Randy. We're back on that bridge where the waterfalls were. Heading back, and it was about 14.5 miles round trip. Hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for our next adventures.